I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, this is Mr. Sears with an edition of Principal's Corner. Hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. I want to talk about a few things with you today. First and foremost, we talked about goals throughout the year. I want you to check in on your goals and see how are you coming along as far as reaching your goals. You need to adjust some of your steps that you had in place in order to achieve the goals. Or have you already achieved your goal and it's time for you to set a more difficult one or to set another goal? So it's very important that we talked about setting goals, putting those monitoring steps within place, saying I need to do those small achievements and those small steps in order to reach your final goal. Next up, I want you to continue to work very hard. That's actually a trait that's very valued in the workforce as well as when you move forward in life. So that's something that you can always practice by working hard, which is doing your very best on your studies, making sure you're completing your work, double checking your work to make sure it's your best work that you could do as far as it being neat within the lines and making sure that you're following all the directions that's been asked of you by your teachers. And that's something that will carry you very far in life. Next up, I want you to continue to seek out a passion, and that's something whether it's sports, writing, creating music, being an artist, creating actual items, whereas maybe you're into sewing or creating clothes, graphic design, maybe you're actually into playing games, or there's several things in which you can do. Working outside, dealing with plants and vegetables, you might like working with animals, insects, lizards, whatever it may be. But find a passion and make sure to try and pursue it in this COVID-19 times where we have a little more free time on our hands than otherwise we'd be ripping and running and going to various sports functions and doing other items. Also, something that will be able to yield some really good information is if you were to try and interview some of your family members. It could be your mom and dad, it could be your aunt and uncle, it could be a grandparent, it could be a godparent. You'd be surprised some of the great things in which your family members or other people that you may know have accomplished in their life that you would never know if you just simply didn't sit down and interview them. And that's a way for you to expand your knowledge base and also find out some cool stuff in which your family members have participated in and some of the big accomplishments that they've had within their lives. Last but not least, I want you to always make sure that you're reading nightly. Our book of the week that I have for you this week is a book on the Los Angeles Lakers. And that's the late, great Kobe Bryant. Check that out of the library. Just talked about where the team was located, the team's colors, talked about them winning championships and who are some of the people that played for the team, and where they played. That's it for this week's edition of Principal's Corner. I know I packed in a lot of stuff within a small amount of time. But remember, at JSA, every day is a great day, and I want you to always do your very best.